What up? What's going on right now? You watching Casino is the Name. About to go grab some food real quick. And in this video, we are going to talk about how to get local government contracts. Okay, so there's different levels of government contracts, right? Let's say there are 3 different levels of contracts or 3 different types. Trying to close the garage. There we go. All right. So let's say there's 3 different types of government contracts. There's federal, there's state, and then there's local. Local being county, city contracts. So federal contracts would be, say, like the Department of the Army, Department of Veteran Affairs. Those are federal contracts. They are not necessarily, they are in the different states and cities and counties, but they're controlled by the federal government. Then you have state contracts, right? So state contracts, well, matter of fact, let's think federal contracts. Let's say that's president, right? Things controlled by the president or that fall under the presidential side in Congress. That is federal. And then you have state. State things are, let's say, the governor, okay? Things that fall under the state of, say, Georgia or Alabama. You have like state patrol, you have state roads, things like that. Those things that fall under the state, those are state contracts. And then you have county and city. Let's think city council, mayor, when we think about city, like local contracts. Let's think about the mayors and the local government there. So now, how do you find contracts for these local contracts, these state and local contracts? How do you find them? All right, so let's say federal contracts, it's pretty simple. Almost all of them are gonna be driven through sam.gov, you know. It may redirect you, or you may be able to find it on an agency site, but you'll probably still be able to search for it and find it on sam.gov. That is for federal contracts. That's where you're going to find most of them listed. And so it's really simple when it comes to federal contracts. It's really simple. Now, when it goes to state, Georgia state, let's say we're talking about Georgia. Georgia has a state website, and you know most of the contracts are going to go through the state. Now the city and local, that's when things get a little more tricky. Okay, so you may have to go to, let's say you live in Conyers, Georgia. So Conyers, Georgia has a website for Conyers. You may have to go on to their website that says Conyers, city procurement. You might look for their procurement office or their contracting office. Usually it's going to be called procurement for whatever reason. So look up the Conyers procurement. But Conyers is also in a county, right? Let's say, I think that's Rockdale County. So Conyers being in Rockdale County, with Conyers being in Rockdale County, even though Conyers is in Rockdale County, and you can be in both of them, you can be in Conyers and Rockdale County at the same time, Rockdale County has its own contracts. So, 2 separate things. So you may be able to get a contract with Rockdale County in Conyers, but that contract may not be with the city of Conyers. City of Conyers is gonna, like I said, you gotta think mayor, you gotta think about that, and they're probably gonna be in the city limits. Usually, almost all the time, if it's a city, the contract is gonna be within inside of the city limits, or for whatever they're desiring inside of the city limits, but the county may be outside the city limits. So, or across multiple cities. Like, say if it was DeKalb County is going to be in Decatur. I don't know if it's in Stone Mountain. don't know. Is Stone Mountain DeKalb? But it's going to be in Decatur, Lithonia. It's going to be in just multiple locations that fall under DeKalb. Just like Fulton County, you know. But that's pretty much how those go. And so you would need to go find a county, like the county website. You would go to Rockdale County like website for contracts or procurement. They're probably going to still be on the procurement. And procurement is Procurement. That's how you spell that, all right? People have been asking me how you spell it. So you might want to go check out both. So for just the city, and you got to think how many counties and how many different cities there are in the state of, just say, Georgia, right? There's so many counties and cities, and each one of them have their own website where they list contracts that they need things. So you can definitely make a good living just off of local contracts. There are multi-million-dollar local contracts. You know, you don't necessarily have to get a federal contract in order to, you know, make a lot of money. You can make a killing just locally with local contracts. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys about that. Right now, you're watching Casino is a Name. If you find any value in this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is a Name.